Alright guys, what's going on? So today we're going to the Harley Davidson dealership. I gotta go get the replacement screws for here. This foam mount came with the bike. Unfortunately it doesn't work with my phone. My phone's too wide, so gotta take that mount off, but to do so you need to replace that screw, and I guess they didn't include it with my bike. So this is the 2024 Harley Davidson Panamerica CVO, or also as they're affectionately called, the Dirt Glides. Get a cold start for you guys. I don't know how well the mic's gonna pick up the exhaust, but switch out the exhaust. I got the Vance and Hines, I think it is, exhaust. Vance and Hines, I think. Hopefully we can hear that pretty well. I have the mic taped inside my helmet. This is my second attempt at a Moto vlog. My first attempt I had a chin mount that the camera angle was too low on, so I ordered a chin mount, and we're going to see if this angle is better. I guess if you see this video the angle is better. If not, well, I have to try something else. It's a overcast day here in the good old Maryland, but it's not supposed to rain. I'm not opposed to riding in the rain, just not a fan if I don't have to. 1 second. Put the hill hold on. My phone. Wallet. I like this little tank bag. It was kind of expensive because it's a Harley product, I guess, but keeps all my shit stored. I'm also a fan of the hill hold feature on this bike. All you have to do is squeeze your front brake really hard, a little H pops up, and it locks your bike in place. Like I'm in neutral right now and I can't move, right? So that's pretty neat, especially when I'm riding to work and there's a couple hills. I'm a new rider. This is my first bike, so I do drive a manual transmission car, but I have found that clutch on a motorcycle and manual transmission, they're kind of similar, but it's really not. Let's see what the fuck this guy's doing. It's not a bad day. Not very sunny. Just to keep it a little bit cool. It says it's 89 out here. The other day I was riding home from work, and I think the ambient temperature outside was 107. It was hot as hell. Oh, I got itchy nose. So what do you guys think of the Harley Davidson Panamerica? Are you the owner of one? I know, like, what really like swayed me to buy a new 2024 was all the problems that the 21 and 22s had. I guess I said it's expected with any new type of motorcycle, but I wasn't willing to go through all the hassle of getting like the battery change, the harness, all that shit. And I don't know that I can really trust that somebody else did it or not. I don't know anything about motorcycles. The visor fell down. Good little pull on the bike, I guess. Nothing crazy. I don't get the RPMs up super high. I guess the power range of this bike, the RPMs like at 6,000 is when the bike really hits its power band, and I don't necessarily think I need that yet. So I always ride in road mode, unless it's raining. If it's raining, I put it in rain mode, obviously, but I haven't even touched sport mode, and I haven't been off-road yet. So trying to get my experience on the road. I've been commuting to work every day on it into DC, and that's kind of what this moto vlog is going to be. See a lot of crazy shit riding into DC every day, so hopefully I can get the camera angles and stuff worked out, and just kind of take you guys on my commutes to work, see what we can get into, what we can see. I also am a fan of camping, so I went out for one night on a motorcycle trip camping. It was relatively close to home, but it was kind of like just a shakedown to see if I still had everything that I needed for camping. I used to do a lot of kayak camping and fishing, so I think a lot of that shit carries over into the motorcycle world. You know, kayak, very limited space, kind of have to be sort of minimalistic. With the bike, it has the panniers and all that, so I can carry more shit with me, but I just didn't. The only thing I have to do is I have to get a tent, because I used to do a lot of hammock camping, and I noticed the last campground that I went to, it had trees, but the 2 trees that I was going to use were covered in poison ivy, so that wasn't fun. So I ended up just throwing my hammock tarp across the bike and made sort of a lean-to and just camped that way, which wasn't ideal because the mosquitoes were fucking terrible, but gotta deal with what you gotta deal with, right? So I think tent camping is going to be the way with the motorcycle, not necessarily hammock camping, unless I can get to a campground and I can verify that, hey, these trees are good to go, they don't have a bunch of poison ivy. Or we also have Virginia creeper, which is kind of like, I don't know, from my understanding, a less severe form of poison ivy, but still gives you rashes and shit, and I don't want to deal with that. I love the quick shifter on this bike, but I'm also trying to use the clutch as well. The quick shifter's fun. It's snappy. Like, I'll hit it now. Like, it's very snappy. I've never used the quick shifter on a bike before. I've ridden dirt bikes and stuff like that. When I say this is my first bike, my first road bike. I know dirt bikes don't necessarily translate over too well, specifically the braking. On my dirt bike, I don't ever recall using the front brake a whole lot. It was a lot of rear brake, and on this bike it has linked braking, so when I use the front brake, it also grabs the back brake. I think it's like 70-30. I don't know, I could be wrong on those numbers, but it uses like a percentage of the front brake, a percentage of the back brake. Same thing with the rear brake. If I use the rear brake, it's going to use a percentage of the front brake, but more of the rear brake. I also got to go up here and schedule my 1,000-mile service. I'm at 860, so I figure by my next days off, I'll probably be at that 1,000-mile mark. I want to go ahead and get it scheduled before everybody gets their bikes, into the shop. I don't know how many people really ride in the fall around here, so I imagine a lot of people will be trying to get their bikes into the shop to get them prepped for the off season. For me, I'm going to try to ride all the way through winter. Obviously, if there's snow and ice and stuff like that, I won't ride on that. But if it's just cold, I'm going to try to deal with it, see what I can do. Alright, well, they didn't have the screw in yet. But I went ahead and scheduled my 1,000-mile service. That shit's expensive. Almost $700 for the break-in service, which I guess if I knew about motorcycles I could just do myself. Probably save a lot of money. But I went ahead and purchased the platinum maintenance package. So $2,000, and it covers 50 months of service and free brake flushes. I don't know if that's a good deal or not, but it's the deal I went with. That's where they get you. The motorcycle's fucking expensive. The price of the maintenance is expensive. This is the only part about this ride that I don't like, is crossing this fucking road. FedEx guy was on my fucking ass. He's probably in a rush to get my wife's Amazon packages to her. Better let him get on his way. I wonder what the wind noise is going to be like on this helmet. I have my vents open because it's hot as balls. Hopefully it's not too bad. If it's bad, I'll make a change for my next video. I'll just keep the vents closed so you guys don't have to hear the wind. Because even in the high position, this windshield doesn't really block enough wind. I'm 6 foot tall, and I can still it still catches my head. So I guess a future mod would be that I could get a different windshield. I'm gonna go ahead and get over and let this sport bike pass. He was being kind and not passing me on the right, so it's just cool. I can just do him a solid and get the fuck out of his way. Oh, Honda. Got a little squid action going on, huh? Anyways, I'll turn you guys back on in a second if there's anything cool happening. Just out here cruising. I head to a little store real quick. Probably wrap this this first vlog up. Sorry, it's kind of hard to talk in this helmet. The fucking cheek pad got my cheeks all pushed up. The sides of my mouth are all squished in. Gotta get used to this, I guess. I hope you guys enjoy the vlog. If not, let me know where I messed up, what I can do better. Like I said, it all depends on what this chin mount looks like. If you guys have a good POV. If you don't, this video won't even be up. So, but if you like it, if you have any ideas, if you want to know anything more about the bike, I'm sure you could just look it up, but I'm more than willing to talk to you about what I know about it.